program.
Bates Technical College.
I went to Bates Technical College back in 1986.
Join Bates Technical College.
So what makes the BVP program at Bates so unique? We're the only program that's out in the Tacoma area doing live sports, live cooking shows.
So the students that come into the program immediately in the first week are putting their hands on equipment. They're going out and doing remote productions. A lot of people that are sitting at home probably don't even think about what does it take to actually produce a program. So they're just sitting watching the screen and going, the magic is happening and it's wonderful. But it's amazing how much stuff has to go into producing and creating content and creating packages.
Broadcasting and video productions program has impacted my career because it taught me a lot of hands-on learning that maybe I wouldn't have gotten out of four-year college. Day one, we jumped in and did a production right away, so I got a lot of experience. It taught me how to work with people, it taught me how to collaborate and take feedback. It taught me a lot of skills that I still use today.
I would recommend Bates to anybody willing to pursue their education, especially in this industry. The resources here are just immaculate. There's a lot of experiences that you're able to go through and learn. It's a safe environment to learn. There's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of departments that you're able to learn through. You have audio, camera work, you have TDing, directing, producing. Like they really put you, like they really test your limits and you're able to grow. Like the people here know what they're doing, and they're gonna do everything they can to really get you to that point where you need to be ready for the work field by the time you're ready and graduated.
Just happen by magic, and the students could come in here, and it doesn't matter. You don't know how to turn on a camera, we're going to teach you how to do that. If you know how to turn on a camera, but you don't really know how to shoot an interview, we're going to teach you how to do that. Wonderful thing, man. This stuff is fun. Why wouldn't you want to do this? This is awesome. That's my superpower. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this afternoon's matchup at Pierce College between the Pierce College Raiders and the Clackamas Cougars. This is the last of 6 matches that we've had, or I shouldn't say matches, that's like volleyball or something, but basketball. And my name is Ken Whitko with the Broadcast Video Production Program here at Bates Technical College. And I hope I have the right lineup, but we're going to check that out in just a minute. But I'm here with Don Green. Don, it's good to have you back.
Good to be here.
So we have a pretty good matchup here with Pierce and Clackamas. How do you take that?
This whole tournament, in my opinion, has been competitive right down to the wire. Either team could win.
And both of these teams are 1-1, so they lost 1 and won 1 in this tournament.
Welcome back for this afternoon's
It'll be an even match, I think.
But I think it's going to be a nice matchup. So
featuring the visiting Cougars from Clackamas Community College.
We're going to get our first our lineup, and I'm not sure what.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we want to take a minute to honor a friend of Raider athletics and the former coach of the Clackamas Cougars, Cliff Wagner. Coach Wagner served as the head coach of the Cougars for 26 years.
So we're getting a
passing this past July. He was a leader, a mentor, and an educator.
Not sure if you can hear that, but a previous coach that was with the Raiders as well as with Clackamas passed away in July of this year, and giving some acknowledgement here for 26 years as a coach.
Thank you.
So we take a moment of silence, acknowledging that career involvement. So we're going to take our lineups right now with the visiting team from Clackamas, the 6'2" guard out of Portland, Oregon. Number 12, Kajari Combs, is going to start. Number 2, a 6-foot point guard from West Jordan, Utah. Number 15, Colton Blackham. And then the star of this team, who scored 41 plus last night, Connor Ortel, number 23. He's a 6'4" from Salem, Oregon. And then number 32, Luke Bingham. He's a 6'3" forward out of Pleasant View, Utah. And their big man in the middle, Tremon Anderson. He's a 6'7" from Las Vegas, Nevada. That'll round out the top 5 for Clackamas. And now for Pierce College, we're going to get us started. So number 1, Jonah Bell is going to start. He's a 6'6" sophomore from Alaska. And number 5, Monday Lembo is a 6'4" sophomore out of Puyallup, Washington. Number 22, Lucas McClendon, a freshman, 6'3" out of Graham, Washington. And from Sammamish by way of Garfield, number 23, Ishe Kankuma Kamwe. He's a point guard. He's 5'10". And then rounding out the top 5, number 24, Cooper Hartley. He's a guard. He's 6'5" from Bonnie Lake, out of Bonnie Lake High School. And that is the starting 5 for both teams.
Yeah, Pierce doesn't seem to have the dominant big man, but they have a pretty tall lineup just straight across the board.
We're starting with the taller lineup then, as we take a look at Clackamas. Clackamas, and there's a coach from, walked out of the frame there. So these teams are 1-1 right now for these first 2 games, and then it's been a delightful, actually, 3 days of games. Monday, one Linvo will do a jump against Anderson. Anderson, the big guy in the middle for Clackamas, and here's the tip. And Anderson actually gets that, and the Clackamas will get the tip to start off the game. And a 3-point shot short of the rim. Anderson almost gets the save, but that ball is going to go out of bounds. It'll be to Pierce's ball on the baseline. Ishe did not have a great game last night. He scored 36 last week and I think 25 the previous night. Last night I think he only ended up with maybe double digits, maybe 11 points. And he fouled out early.
I think both of the number 23 and 33 will be the big players. 33 for Clark and 23 for Pierce.
So that ball goes underneath to Anderson. Nice pass. Anderson can't get it to fall. We're going to get a foul underneath. Ooh, that's red 23. That's going to be on Ortel. Oh, 32. Sorry, I heard that. 32, Luke Bingham is going to get the first foul for Clackamas. The 23ers for each team have been dynamic, actually. Ortel, again, had 41 points last night.
That's a career night, obviously.
That foul is going to go against Blackham. That's going to be his first foul. No scoring early on here with just over a minute, not under a minute, I guess. I know my math. Played. And as we know from experience, Ishe, number 23 for Pierce, can light it up in a hurry. But they held him pretty good last night. In an electric game last night as Pierce came from 17 down to win just in the last few seconds. The Ishe with a long NBA three-pointer. That shot clock was going off. Monday Lembo is going to get the rebound and up and over with the left hand. He's not going to be able to get it to drop. Here's Oratel driving. Oratel is...
Now, Clackamas has really shown the ability to run throughout the tournament. That's transition is really their game and where they'll be successful.
And given that you've got someone like Ortel that can score both inside and outside, and a three-point from Hartley. Hartley picks up the 3 points. Here's Combs, Jamari Combs from outside. He's going to miss that, and McClendon will grab the rebound.
Really aggressive defenses on both ends so far in the game.
Hartley thought about it, but gave it up to Jonah Bell. So Anderson's covering him like a blanket. And there's Ishe with the layup, finger roll. We're going to get a foul. That foul is going to be on Jonah Bell. That's going to be his first foul.
Number 1, Jonah Bell, his first personal.
Blackham's driving and off the backboard, can't get it to drop. Ishe with the rebound.
Both teams are being remarkably patient this early in the game.
And there's a left-handed drive by Ishe. Not sure why he said Connor Conway, but Ortel scores another 2. So the first 2, the 23s are showing life right now with their teams. As you mentioned, Anderson, number 33 underneath, is also really no call there. We got a travel by, looked like Jonah Bell was going to get the travel. Blackham looking for the drive, pivot, looking underneath, finds Bingham outside. Bingham for the 3.
Bingham for 3.
Ties it up.
Boy, that's a number of times both teams have shot with barely seconds left on the clock.
They're being very patient, as you mentioned earlier. And there is Ishe with the 3, and that's off. And one Limvo tracks it down and then dish it off. And when Limvo can't get it to drop, he's fighting for the rebound, but that's going to go Clackamas' way. 15-25 in the early going here, 7 up. And I didn't say that when that wasn't Pop I was talking about. That's the score, 7-7.
You know, it seems like both those teams are having difficulty dropping him in on the putbacks. They're leaving a lot of balls on the rim.
Sometimes it seems that the rim just is not going to let it happen. But here's Ortel looking for the drive and throw out to Combs. Combs can't drop the three. McClendon will get the rebound. McClendon driving, gets his own rebound. In a fight and a scrum for the ball. Anderson picks it up, is going to be driving down, looking for the pass off. But one Limvo is going to disrupt the pass. The ball's going to go to Clackamas. And we're going to get a quick timeout.
Yeah, they've played hard. Anderson there was almost looking for the perfect pass, and that's a tough way to get the game started.
Our thanks to Program Director Ken Whitco, his right-hand man, Alan Ace Wheeler, and the entire student crew for their great work in getting this weekend's
Yeah! Woo!
community and on the World Wide Web. Thanks, Bates.
So they're just giving some accolades to our program and to the instructors here at the stadium. We've done all 6 games, and the students have done all the production. Actually, I get to enjoy it by just watching them do what they do and announce some games, but they do hard work here with running a camera. Right now, Alacio is on camera 3, Jules on 2, Gwen is on 1. I don't know where camera 4 is. That's our handheld camera out and about somewhere. And got a whole crew. There we go. Oh, way in the corner over there. I think that's Vera running camera 4. And our other crew will maybe get a shot of them before we get done with this game. So 7-7 in the early going here with 14:51 to go in the game. The foul situation is just 1 on the Raiders, 2 on the Cougars. It's going to be Blackham taking the ball out to Anderson. Anderson almost lost the handle on that one, and down to 2. And Ortel drains a 3 and then gets a steal and a step over, but he can't get the shot. Ortel already has 7 points for the Cougars.
Yeah, that was once again a buzzer beater put up.
Yeah, good point. They're being very patient. Maybe a little too patient? What do you think?
I expected Clackamas to get up and down a little bit more quickly from the first 2 games.
Bring him underneath to Ortel, to Anderson. Anderson waits, fakes, and drops it in. Nice play by Clackamas.
And that's where the Clackamas points have to come from. Anderson has to be a heavy contributor.
And Hartley for 3. And Hartley can hit those. Dish off to Anderson, and Anderson fakes, and he's going to get the drop. He got one Limvo off his feet. Wisely took the shot.
Fouls on number 5, Bonde, 1 Limbo, his first. Jermaine Anderson makes the shot and will shoot 1.
Anderson is going to get the basket plus the easy one if he can drop this one. Get the, what do they call that, the easy 3. And his shot is short off the front of the rim. Raiders are going to get the rebound. Hartley thinking about it. Now he's driving, pivots, shoots. He can't get the 2-footer to drop.
Again, those little short shots are just not going down. Again, Anderson's underneath. He gets the ball. He makes his
nice
move, and he
pivot.
does not score.
Again, you're pointing out he can't get it to drop. It looks like Anderson might have got a finger in the eyeball or something. That was a nice move underneath there, Don, but he couldn't get it to drop. And here's Ishe with the 2.
Ishe Conway.
Anderson thinking about the 3. Now driving on Monday and way off. That's really not his style, his place, is it?
No, I didn't see him do that a lot the first couple games.
Ishe with a quick three. And Ishe drains it. 2 shots in a row.
Again, Ishe's one that can be quiet for 5 minutes, but don't think he's out of the game.
Nice dish off to Anderson. Anderson pivots to his right and then gets the lay-in.
Yeah, Anderson definitely has the height advantage down there. I'm not sure what Pierce's answer is going to be for that right now.
Here's Norris trying to find one limbo, and he throws the ball away. Into the games comes Sam Lewis, 6'2 sophomore out of Happy Valley, Oregon. I kind of like that name, Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
I might need to move there one day.
Move to Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Pleasant
That
Grove.
sounds like a nice place, too. All right, Combs get the ball off to Anderson. Anderson's going to shoot the three, and that's off the rim.
That's not really where they want Anderson.
Here's Hartley with the three, and he's off the rim. And they are running up and down right now.
That's what I expected from Clackamas.
Ortel with the three. He's short. Lewis is going to get the rebound. Blackham's going to take a three, and he's off.
They're really starting to fire up from outside, I guess. Taking it to the rim hasn't been as effective as I want.
And Ishe was just short on that layup. He made a great move there and had the lane, but just kind of short-armed it. Ball's going to go out of bounds to Clackamas.
You know, looking at the score, it's another one of those hotly contested games, 1 point difference.
Indeed. Into the game comes Thompson for the Cougars. And there's the fadeaway, not the fadeaway, but the 5-footer missed by Blackham. Blackham's going to try it again, and he can't get that one to drop either. It really does look like there's something wrong. Short to the rim, you can't get anything in.
Yeah, there's...
Ishe's going to get a foul on him by Combs. I think that's his first foul.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Pierce were to start isolating Ishe one-on-one with his man, which means Clackamas is going to have to provide some help.
Ishe out at the top directing traffic. McClendon can certainly drive. Looking for that 5-footer, missing. Both teams not really shooting all that awesome right now. And that's going to be a pushing foul by Norris. I believe that's going to be Norris's first foul.
Number 12, Isaac Norris, first personal.
Just 3 team fouls apiece on each team. Not too bad. Good clean half so far. Kind of like it, Don, when there's not a ton of fouls called. Or a ton of fouling, I should say.
Right. I was noticing the execution and the quality of the game is so much higher than game one, and that was only day before yesterday.
And Lewis shoots a three way deep and misses. There's
And
Thompson.
would not drop in the rim.
That was Norris, couldn't get it to drop. Here's Lewis. Lewis is going to get 2 points on a quick drive.
Sam Lewis for 2.
Ishe drives. Looks for the open fadeaway. Can't get that one to drop. Sure, the coach is going to tell him to keep shooting because eventually he's going to start putting them in.
Exactly.
Here's a three. That's in for Jaden Thompson. As the Cougars go up by 5, we're going to get a 30-second timeout here. Our leading scorer right now is Ishe with 9 for the Raiders. And I think that Ortel is out right now with a breather because he would be their leading scorer for Clackamas.
Yeah, the Raiders only have two players who have scored so far in the game, so they might have to look at distributing that a little bit more.
Right. So, yes, that's Hartley with 2 threes, and Ishe has got the rest. So 9:10 to go here. The Raiders 15, the Cougars 20. I mentioned earlier about the fouls. Still just 3 fouls, team fouls on each team. And the possession arrow favors the Raiders.
It's really been hard to identify, what the teams are trying to do. I'm not sure they want to run. I'm not sure they want to set it up and run plays. They've done a little bit of everything. Both sides have.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because in the beginning they were kind of being quite patient on offense, and now it seems like they are just running track. Well, Norris will bring it up. Looking for underneath to McClendon, drives in, and that's in. McClendon's get. Oh no, he called the offensive foul. I missed that. So I'd like to see that one back on replay. Those are tough calls when you get offensive or blocking. Those are quick calls that are really hard to make. So, and that's McClendon's first foul.
Again, I think they had a good idea. The execution just wasn't there.
So McClendon is going to get called for the reaching foul, a holding foul. That's 2 quick ones against McClendon.
Both teams are really rotating players a lot this half.
Yeah, that's a good point. Shot clock is at 20. McClendon with the steal. Nice dish off to Norris. Norris gets the 2. Finally, someone else scored other than Hartley or Ishe. There's a drive by Thompson and a travel.
I had a chance to talk to both coaches a little bit today. Neither one of them are really excited about 3 games in 3 days.
Good point. It is tough,
and
really.
I think we might be seeing, a little bit of the legs. Despite the effort, the legs probably haven't quite recovered.
A little rubbery after 3 straight days of games. And these have been competitive for the most part.
Well, again, in this one, we've got a 1-possession game.
Jonah Bell on the drive, looking and misses badly. Short arm that. I've done that at least once in my career. And that's going to go off of Thompson. Thompson's going to dribble that out of bounds. We got a little bit of a press here, Don.
Right. The coach was calling it 33, which I believe means they're going to have 3 guys in the front court. The middleman drops back to create 3 in the back. So it sounds like there's 6 players, but it's the middleman playing front and back that allows him to do that.
So that was when Limvo got the rebound and then got fouled.
Thompson, first personal, Wande Limvo to the line to shoot 2.
With the big man out for Clark, Pierce should be able to not dominate, but control the boards at least on both ends at this point.
So here comes the leading scorer for the tournament, actually would be Ortel. He's going to come in, and Anderson, as you mentioned, is still sitting on the bench. So taking a breather.
Wanlembo makes his second free throw.
And in the game also is Greenleaf for Clackamas. And off the mark, Bingham. And Ortel trying to find it, but gets nowhere. McClendon is going to grab the ball. And a nice pass, but when Limvo couldn't finish that play. And when Limvo is going to get out of control a little bit, it's going to be a foul. The foul is going to be on Limvo. I think that's his second.
Fouls on number 5, Monday Wanlembo.
It's got to be frustrating. They're both trying to strongly attack the rim, and the rim is just rejecting the ball tonight.
Yeah, it's like trying to shoot a basketball into a thimble right now. Thompson out, top the key. It's for Ortel, 16 on the shot clock. And Thompson's going to pick that up. A little trash time, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Ortel with a deep three. Oh, and that looked close. Ishe gets the rebound.
Now somebody needs to pick him up high.
And here's Jonah Bell outside, can't get it. And McClendon is going to go off his hands. It's going to be Clackamas ball.
Yeah, when Ishe starts driving like that, you can't wait to the free throw line to pick him up. You've got to pick him up when he starts going.
And I think I heard the coach at some point saying, pick him up, but can't let that happen. Thompson with the two, can't get that. And Ishe amongst the trees gets the rebound. He's driving, and Norris back out to Ishe for the three, and Ishe can't get that to drain. I think Ishe's gone kind of cold all of a sudden. I don't think he scored for 10 minutes. McClendon with the drive.
On a couple of occasions, he's really tried to share the ball when maybe he could be a little bit more selfish.
Yeah, and he's going to get out of control there with a little bit of a looking to pass it before he knew where he was going and ends up traveling.
Right.
Ortel underneath, turning, getting his own rebound. He is such a hard worker, wondering where the foul is. But Ortel now with 9 points. McClendon at top of the key and takes the 10-footer and misses. Ortel driving and finding his way. Boy, he can move. He's got some quick feet, and thing is he can also dribble. He's got a very good control of the ball. There's Ishe with a dish off, but Hartley can't handle it. Lewis out to Thompson.
It's amazing. The teams have kind of lost their crispness.
And nice work there. Ishe gets another rebound.
Now this is where Ishe will begin the drive, and everybody in the key needs to be aware of that.
Maybe Ishe trying a little too hard there, or
yeah, Clark kind of had him read on that occasion and was waiting there for him.
Not sure what they were yelling about there, but
as the official sponsor of the NWAC Athletes,
looks like we're going to get a quick timeout here, and it looks like a 1 minute timeout. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break. 24-18, Cougars in the lead. We'll be right back.
Service Athletic Supply.
And we're back here in beautiful Pierce College, their gymnasium here at the Raider Classic, Holiday Classic.
The Clackamas coach is quite animated, but I have to notice that Anderson spent some time on the bench. I don't know if that's injury or just trying to run with kind of a more outside game.
Correct, and he's going to actually come in and with their starting, except Thompson I think wasn't starting, but you got Anderson in and Ortel, Blackham, Lewis. Well, I think they can't have 6 players, but they got 6 going out there. I don't think.
15. We have a man.
Oh no, I guess he's not. Blackham is just waiting to go in. I thought he was going to throw the ball in over there. My bad.
I think he goes in after the free throws.
So Bailey Kusan-Savath is at the line. Shooting the 1-and-1 because the Raiders are at the bonus now with 17 fouls. Kusan-Savath has put the Cougars up 25-18 and then puts the second one in. And now here comes Blackham in for Bailey.
They had to wait for the shooter there.
Mm-hmm. Good defense there by Thompson, disrupting Norris's dribble. They really do have some good defenders out here. Norris with the drive and a nice drive, nice move. Here's Anderson underneath, and Anderson pivots. He often pivots to his right. Can take the shot.
The answer to Anderson is you can't let him have it that low. You cannot defend him once he gets it.
Some crazy defense right there, and what a move by Norris off to Win Linvo, who patiently waits for Ortel to fly by.
Yeah, both teams are playing for this last 3 minutes. They're playing pretty aggressive on both ends of the court. Once again, Anderson way outside. He needs to get under.
There's a Thompson for the drive. Got some good defense. Sam Lewis with the 3.
Sam Lewis.
And Lewis can hit that 3. Right now, Ishe is actually out for the Raiders, taking a breather. Hartley low for the drive and underneath. Ortel is going to get the foul. That's almost always an automatic foul, isn't it, Don?
It is. Any time you try to defend the big from behind, in that case, again, he should have gotten around, gotten in front, and not let that pass even get in there. It's called doing your homework early.
They wanted to travel, but Lowe continued his movement and dribbled, and I think that was correct call. Here's Ortel out to Thompson. Nope. That rebound is Hartley dished it off to Norris. Got both Clackamas coaches up, hollering instructions. Ten on the shot clock. Jonah Bell drives around Anderson. Anderson had a hand up. It was good defense by Anderson, wasn't it?
Yeah, that looked a little desperate toward the end. Nobody kind of seemed to figure out what was going on until it was too late. Again, clean cuts.
Here's Ortel looking for the three.
Connor Ortel for three.
With under a minute to go here, the Cougars are up by 12.
It's really difficult for Pierce to go out and pick up those outside shooters because they've got to put so much pressure on Anderson underneath.
Here's Lowe for the three. That's an air ball. Ortel quickly up to Sam Lewis, who drives across. And a blocking foul. So we're going to get 2 points for Lewis. And a charity stripe shot.
Foul on the play.
Yeah, Clackamas is starting to run just this last 2 minutes or
Cooper
so.
Hartley, first personal foul.
Hartley's first personal foul. Lewis drains another one.
Lewis completes the three-point play.
The interesting thing here is we look at the players that are on the court for Clackamas as Norris drives down, finds Jonah Bell, but wayward pass there goes out of bounds. At the Clackamas, all but one of their players have scored, and the one that hasn't scored is one of their high-scoring players with the ball right now from last year's. Blackham was leading scorer, but hasn't scored yet.
Clackamas is still running the really crisp plays, though.
Wow. Ortel. They're definitely going to have to do something about it. And here's a steal and a dunk right at the bell. And did it count?
It did. This is a 20-point ball game all of a sudden.
Wow.
Halftime score, Cougars 42, Raiders 22.
Man, that was some serious lack of concentration there by the Raiders, but and Clackamas really poured it on in the last 2-3 minutes here to go up by 20, and I'm sure they've got a lot to talk about at the halftime. So I'm Ken Whitko for the Broadcasting Video Production Program at Bates Technical College. We're going to take a break during halftime. Please stay with us.
The average family.
Being at Bates gave me opportunities that I don't think I would have had elsewhere. The Broadcasting and Video Productions program taught me a lot of hands-on learning.
In the first week are putting their hands on equipment. They're going out and doing remote productions.
It could be anything from soldering, be circuit boards, cable making.
The impact Bates made on my life introduced me to television, discovered the full aspect of television broadcasting, from camera operation through production and switching to master control, transmission, and distribution.
So internships, we have a lot of students that does the Tacoma Rainiers during baseball. That's a great experience for them. TVW and Olympia, government, politics, there's always going to be AV guys recording them.
What does it take to actually produce a program? The magic is happening and it's wonderful. Our students get to do that. They shoot the interviews, they shoot the B-roll.
It's a safe place to learn, it's a safe environment. There's a lot of guys who know what they're doing here, like they know their business and they're willing to pass down that wisdom. They really test your limits and you're able to grow. They're going to do everything they can to really get you to that point where you need to be ready for the work field by the time you're ready and graduated.
You'll learn a lot. We'll run you through all kinds of crazy productions, you know.
A lot of unique, wonderful things, man. This stuff is fun. Why would you want to do this? You don't know how to turn on a camera, we're going to teach you how to do that. If you don't really know how to shoot an interview, we're going to teach you how to do that. But we also go through a drone training program. You learn how to pass a Part 107 drone certification program with the FAA.
So I do have one class that's geared towards the Society of Broadcasting Engineer certification called the CTO, Certified Television Operations.
If you're looking for somewhere to learn video production at the end of the day, really you just love storytelling, then I would really highly suggest Bates Technical College.
I would recommend the VVP program to anybody who's interested even a little bit in video production. It's going to teach you a lot.
The VVP program, Broadcast Video Production Program, is so unique. Nobody does what we do in the entirety of the way we do it.
Hi there, I'm Cristian Leiva. Are you ready for an adventure? Join me as I take you on a tour of the Point Defiance Zoo, showcasing all the incredible things you can do during your visit. Welcome to the Point Defiance Zoo, where we'll explore the 7 main biomes, including the vibrant tropical reef aquarium, the serene Asian forest sanctuary, the breathtaking Pacific Seas Aquarium, the rocky shores, the chilly Arctic tundra, the elusive Red Wolf Woods, and the fun-filled Kids Zone for the youngest visitors. Let's dive in. The Asian Forest Sanctuary. In here, you'll find the Asian elephant, the Asian small-clawed otter, the Sumatran tiger, and the Siamang. Here in the Asian Forest Sanctuary, there's only one elephant. Her name is Suki. As you continue exploring, be sure to visit the Tropical Reef Aquarium and the Pacific Seas Aquarium, home to vibrant array of fish, sharks, and other marine life. Don't miss the chance to touch tropical marine life such as sea stars, sea cucumbers, crabs, urchins, and snails. You'll be amazed. Coming out of the water, we have the rocky shores, where animals come in and out of the water, and to not miss the action, you can visit the underwater view, where you'll find the walrus, the Californian sea lion, harpo seal, and the adorable sea otters. You will also find the penguins and the puffins. And did you know sea otters have built-in pockets under their arms? That should be pretty handy. And coming next, we have the fascinating and frigid biome, the Arctic tundra, where you'll encounter the mother muskin and its calf, and the tundra's top predator, the polar bear. Interestingly, did you know that beneath their white fur, a polar bear's skin is actually black? Isn't it that something cool? Next is the captivating Red Wolf Woods. Step into this immersive habitat and experience the red wolf captivating natural behaviors, from playful interactions to hunting house up close. And did you know that they are shy wolves? And lastly, don't miss your child's favorite spot, the Kids Zone. Here, your little ones can enjoy playing and encountering a variety of adorable animals. It's a wonderful opportunity for them to interact with nature up close and have a blast at the same time. That's it for our adventure around the zoo. Hope you enjoyed the quick tour around Point Defiance Zoo. But if you would like to explore more for yourself, you can visit the Point Defiance Zoo website and reserve your tickets for your visit. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Where is everybody?
How should I know?
I'm just asking. You know what time it is?
Same time the clock says.
Goodness, man. Did school get canceled? Is anyone here at all? I don't hear a thing.
This is starting to freak me out.
Are we alone? Are we lost?
done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We're back here to the Pierce College campus here at Pierce County, Washington. The Pierce College Raiders hosting the Raiders Holiday Classic here. And I'm Ken Whitko with Don Green. Don has been adding some very clever and astute color analysis. And you pointed out something during the halftime break when we looked at the stats. What was...
Yeah, the stats, what we saw, Ken, was the turnovers. Pierce College had 10 turnovers. The type of turnover that almost all of them resulted in Clackamas scores. 17 points off of turnovers, and it's really only a 20-point Clackamas lead. So they just need to take care of the ball and get back into this. Very good points. 17 points on turnovers. As Hartley hits a three to answer the opening of the first half. And they're going to need to see more of that from Hartley if they're going to get back into this game. And that is not the matchup you want underneath, but Anderson gives it out to Combs. Combs answers with the three.
Jakari Combs for three.
And here's Hartley, another one. Hartley's getting hot. That's 4 threes for him. There's Bingham underneath looking for Anderson. There's Blackham.
A little bit more patient here, yeah.
Got a travel by Anderson. That took a little too long to develop.
Right. You know, I think you can tell the effects of that little rest on their legs, though, at least early in this quarter. The three-pointers are dropping a little bit better, and defense is a little quicker.
Ishe driving Hartley outside.
Now, Ken, that was a point where, again, he was about 2 feet away from the bucket, and he selected to pass to someone else.
Yeah. Fortunately, Jonah Bell drops one in, but it did look like Ishe was wide open there and just could have laid it in.
Clackamas doesn't seem incredibly well organized at this point. And 2 bad passes.
Another turnover by Clackamas off the hands of Anderson. And McClendon will take the ball in with Clackamas putting a little pressure on. He's hardly looking for the three off the front of the rim.
Now, normally on a press, you should be able to get something close to the rim on offense.
And Anderson's going to get a travel. Coach wants a foul, but I think that was a correct call, Don.
I think it was. Pierce seems to be collapsing on him a little bit when he gets the ball. They're going to make somebody else beat him.
Ishe's fadeaway. That's Ishe's first bucket since the first couple minutes. First 2 or 3 minutes, he scored 9 points, and that was it for the half. That's a good start for him.
Right. That would have to be a second half talk, I guess, where they went in the locker room and said, Ishe, you've got to score.
Anderson tries the flip, but Bingham's there for the cleanup. Jonah Bell for three. Jonah gets the answer with three.
Bell for three.
Now Pierce has cut that deficit of 20 almost in half now.
Looks like that's some good defense there. Clackamas lost the handle on the ball. And indeed, Pierce has a chance to cut that lead in half or even bring it to under double digits. Jonah Bell off to Hartley. Hartley? What in the world? Got the spin and everything else. He's hitting threes and doing crazy lay-ins. So now it's back to 10. And the answer there from Bingham.
Luke Bingham for three.
Now, I really haven't seen any impact from the pressure that Clackamas has been putting out front.
There's a three-pointer try from Ishe. Missed it. Oratel's going to drive for sure. And foul by Ishe. That's going to be Ishe's,
I think, only his second.
Fouls on Ishe Kanekame.
Really no foul trouble on either team right now.
Yeah, that was Ishe's first, so, I mean, that was a good take on his part.
Okay, like I said, his first foul. Ortel gets out to Blackham. Blackham hasn't. And there's Cone for a three.
Now Pierce is really dropping. They're really collapsing that defense inside on Anderson, and they're getting, Clackamas is getting good looks at the three. Again, one of those costly turnovers.
Another costly turnover. And Coach Bryan has seen enough. They were within 10, now back to 18. No, back to 18 all of a sudden. And we're going to take a quick timeout here. 55-37 Cougars. And welcome back to Pierce College, the Pierce Gymnasium here at the HEC, the Health Education Center, Fort Steilacoom. The score is 37-55 with the Cougars in a pretty good lead. 15:07 left in this game. Team fouls are pretty impressive with only one on the Raiders and none on Clackamas right now. Of course, it's only 5 minutes into the half. That could change and probably will. And Ishe can't, but nice save by Hartley. Thought that one was definitely out of bounds. Here's Bell for the three off the back of the rim, and Blackham gets the rebound. Clackamas is up the court in a hurry, looking for the drive. Here's Ortel and the fadeaway. Man, that guy is good. That's all there is to it. He's got 19 here in the early going of the second half.
Yeah, it's a good shot selection. He hasn't really thrown anything up.
And Ishe can't get it to drop. Ortel gets the rebound. getting rebounds and driving the offense and scoring and all kinds of things. There's Blackham, who hasn't been able to score. He's gotten none. One of their leading scorers from last year, he's still at 0. Anderson backing down, and offensive foul has hooked him.
Yeah, Anderson really needs, if he's going to play low, he needs to post up and get the ball in a scoring position.
Fouls on number 33, Tremaine John Anderson.
And it looks like we've got a quick timeout here, and we've seen Anderson actually gotten a couple calls, offensive call, because he will hook somebody, and that's a bit of a challenge. But it looks like we're having a 1-minute break here, but I don't see it on the clock anywhere. So thinking they messed up and didn't get the clock started.
Possibly. It's still the third game for them too, so they're figuring things out.
So, but right now, 6 minutes into the half, and it's still a 20-point advantage for the Cougars when they were right close to being, they were down to double digits, down to 10, cut it in half, and now, as you pointed out, the turnovers have been really very tough.
Well, it's almost been pick your poison for Pierce. I mean, they've been collapsing on Anderson and have kind of taken him out of the scoring, but that's really opened up those three-point shots for those other excellent Clackamas shooters.
As it says, that Anderson only has 10 points for Clackamas, but if the others are hitting from the outside, that's what's going to keep them in the lead. 20-point lead. Raiders will take the ball out.
But we've seen it in a number of games. 14 minutes is a long time.
It's a long time. 20 points in a 14-minute doesn't matter. It's not much. Unless, of course, you get trapped in the backcourt.
Now, when you're trapped, it should leave that rim open.
It's going to be a jump ball. That's going to favor possession arrow, favors the Cougars. A little show of sportsmanship there by Anderson, helping up Monday Wenlenbo.
Yeah, the only way to get that pressure off is to score against it.
Ortel gets the dunk. Man. I think that kid could potentially play at the higher level.
I would be surprised were he not looked at seriously by at least Division II schools.
And can't find enough oomph on that ball as Combs drives in. Ortel looks for, he got past behind the.
Yeah, a little too fancy on that. You had the rim, you need to take it.
Yeah, that was offensive call on Ishe. I kind of say that was a correct call too, but that's his number 2.
Well, it's his second. I see him getting a little bit frustrated, and then I'm not sure that he knows what his role is in this particular situation. Am I the scorer? Do I get everybody involved? Do I, shoot my outside shot, which hasn't been dropping well? Coach, give me a role here and tell me how I contribute.
Yeah, so Clackamas will bring the ball up, leading by 22. Mention there's Combs for the 3. There's really not a whole lot you can just do about that. They're shooting well from the outside, and now up by 25. Last night, Pierce was down by 17 at one point, but came back and win the game. So still a lot of time.
Oh, exactly.
McClendon with the drive, and fortunately, Ishe gets that one. And that's his three-pointer.
Again, on McClendon, it's that one extra pass that wasn't really helpful.
Get a foul against Clackamas on Monday Wenlenbo. Nice little move there by McClendon. There for the cleanup is Monday.
Yeah, the rebounds have been relatively even, I think. Both teams controlling their own boards.
Oh, good hustle by Ortel, keeping that ball alive. And that Hartley shoots a three.
Hartley for three.
We're going to get a technical, I think, on Hartley. Unsportsmanlike. I am. Blowing a kiss to someone. So, yeah, a little disrespect maybe.
I'm just not sure if his girlfriend's in the stands tonight.
Good point. Don't be blowing kisses to me, pal. You're going to get a technical. I ain't your girlfriend. So, that's a tough call right there. Ortel will pick up the first one.
Well, yeah, you basically gave away 2 points.
Yeah.
That was just effortless.
Silly. I think if you cannot mock, I can't think, you can't physically single out a player and then,
correct.
I can't think of the word right now. I'm trying to think. It's not mock them, but intimidate or whatever the case is. And so that might be what the call was there. Is Hartley blew the guy a kiss that was guarding him, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, and that might seem really tacky, but you really want to keep the emotions in this game under control.
Right. It's just no call for it. What's the point? You just scored 3. Just get on with it. And there's Lewis with the 3. Wow, that's a 5-point turnaround. 5 points, yeah.
So yeah, you basically gave them their biggest lead of the game.
Yep.
I'm a little bit surprised that Brian left him in there. Usually you at least have to chat with him for 30 seconds.
Yeah, generally speaking, you get a tech, you're kind of coming out for a play or two anyway. Ishe can't get that. He's basically gone cold. Lewis with the step across, and he can't get it, but he gets his own rebound.
Both of the teams have fought with that rim all night.
At least underneath. Norris driving.
Now Pierce has got the post open there. Should be able to drop that one in.
There's one Lemvo.
One
Lemvo doesn't actually look, he looks a little heavy. Maybe his ankle is still bothering him, but he comes running up the court. It looks a little uncomfortable. 44-67.
Well, one thing that surprises me is we haven't seen Pierce do any kind of press similar to what they've done the previous 3 games for them.
And good hustle defense by Clackamas. Ortel's going to take a breather with Greenleaf coming in.
Huddle is the official live streaming and video.
And we're going to get another quick timeout here with the score 67-44. We'll be right back. We're back here at Pierce College. We take a look at the Pierce bench. The assistant coach is helping with some direction there. 44-67, Don. What do the Raiders need to do to get back into this in 10 minutes, 15 seconds to go?
Well, again, I don't know if they have the legs, but I kind of mentioned that press. They need to get the ball more often now than Clackamas does. They can't trade possessions. Pierce needs to create turnovers.
So it's 3 team fouls on the Raiders, 2 team fouls on the Cougars halfway through this second half and final half of the game.
That's a remarkably clean game.
Yes. And, man, I really like games like that when you're playing and you're not stopping rhythm so much. So
now this will be an important play for the Raiders. They have to have the stop here out of the timeout, and they have to score on their next possession.
5 seconds left on the shot clock, and
that looks like it.
Oh, we got a foul on Bingham from Clackamas.
Foul
pushing.
number 32, Luke Bingham, his second personal.
The Raiders are going to get the ball.
Yeah, again, without Anderson, Clackamas has to be more physical on the backboards. As I think Pierce probably is taller man for man now. Now again, we've got to decide what the play is or where we're going from here. And it looks like total confusion.
And
Quick
Uche
hands.
can't get the drop, but he does get the rebound.
Now take it all the way to the rim. He chooses to pass it up again.
And that's going to be a foul on Bingham. And that'll be 3 shots.
Fouls on number 32.
3 shots for Hartley.
Bingham, his third personal. Cooper Hartley to the line to shoot 3.
That's a real difficult situation that I have a difficult time understanding. I've never seen the three-pointer blocked that often from that far out.
In other words, why would you foul somebody behind the three-point line?
Thank you for being more tactful than I.
Very true. Hartley's first one is up and off, second one off.
Now, it doesn't appear that the Raiders have gone very deep on their bench. I think Clackamas has gone 1 or 2 men deeper in sharing the workload a little bit more.
Hartley missed all 3 of those.
On a good shooter like Hartley, the answer is legs.
Yeah.
Second quarter of the third game.
Norris driving in, finds Ishe with a wide open 3. Ishe gets the left-handed 3 in.
Good shot. He had a chance to spot out, take a good look, and let it go.
Bingham with a hook shot.
Really aggressive offense by Clackamas. Finish at the rim.
Norris is going to get a foul on the drive.
Fouls on number 21, Bailey Kusansova.
So 22 points with 8:32 left in the game. We're getting kind of critical now, aren't we?
I don't start worrying yet for another 2-3 minutes. Or the reason I say that, Ken, is again we saw in an earlier game in 2 minutes it was like an 8-point turnaround. So
true. Meaning at the end of the first half of this game, it was
right.
quite a turnaround. There's Greenleaf with the 3 off. Hartley will get the rebound. It's going to be a foul on Greenleaf.
Fouls on number 10, Lennon Greenleaf.
You see right there a lot of dribbling by Pierce when he could just pass it to the man ahead, not have to use that kind of effort or energy.
That's 16 fouls now on the Cougars. Only 3 now on Pierce. Ishii driving, but can't find a lay-in. McClendon now driving out to Ishii. Ishii's got another spot up. He can't hit the three.
McClendon started out really productive. I think he's showing a little bit of wear now.
Here's a three by Lewis off the front of the rim. And Lewis is going to get the foul on McClendon.
And that's number 7.
That's going to put him in the bonus.
Fouls on number 11.
In the game comes
Lewis,
Anderson.
his first personal.
And Bingham is going to take a rest. Lowe is going to be waiting to come in. He's coming in for the shooter, and the shooter being McClendon.
And again, Anderson, I think, has 1 foul, so he can still play reasonably aggressive, but you don't want to give up 2 shots every time you foul now.
McClendon hits the first one of the 1-and-1. Down by 20. So they have not chipped away at this 20-point lead at halftime with just under 8 minutes left. And McClendon hits that one, so in for McClendon's going to be Lowe.
So Pierce is getting a few legs in there now.
Lowe is a 6'3" freshman out of Cascade Christian from Roy, out of Cascade Christian, I should say. So they've just really been trading baskets this half, Don. Not really.
Right, and this is the pressure that I kind of expected to see a little of from Pierce. Again, they have to have more possessions than Clackamas.
And it looks like they're just going to be patient, be happy to let the clock run. What a pass. Nice give and go there by Anderson and Greenleaf. And then they get the foul with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, too.
Exactly. You let me burn off 28 seconds and then give me the shot.
Number 23, Ishii Conway, his 3rd personal. Letting Greenleaf to the line shooting 2.
That's Ishii's 3rd foul.
I think with 7 minutes, you anticipate them playing him out. They'll let him get 5, I think, before they obviously take him out. He's got to be frustrated because it just seems like nothing is clicking for him individually in this game.
It's kind of tough to say something like that when you're scored 14 points, but you know that he can light it up for 30 plus.
Exactly.
And that's a quick shot by Ishii. He can't get that to drop. Be interesting to know what his shot percentages are right now.
Pierce did not, as a team, did not shoot exceptionally well first half.
It's a good point. Anderson gets the drop, and actually Pierce only shot 31% in the first half.
Yeah, you really need to be in the mid-40s if you
nice.
can.
Ishii gets a three-pointer. Back to a 20-point lead, 6.5 to go. I think if you don't get some stops right here, you're going to be in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
There's Anderson way outside with the 3.
They do not want him out there, I guarantee.
And they got the ball back, which they can use up another clock. And wow, Sam Lewis. Lewis gets hit. I'm sorry, is that Lewis? Lewis, or yeah? And we're going to have another timeout here with the score 76-53. Cougars in command. 6:03 left to go. I mentioned a couple minutes ago, Don, what is it they're going to have to be able to do? And is it time yet to get concerned? Now is it time to get concerned?
It almost feels like that 23 points is ironclad, but it shouldn't be at this point of the game. Pierce has to have more possessions and take more shots.
You can hear the PA announcer pretty loud in here, I'll tell you that. But Yeah, they're going to need some. They need something right now because 6 minutes to go. You certainly, obviously, and I'm not going to state the obvious, but I'm going to anyway. I guess you can't trade baskets.
No, they need to pull out that if they have the legs, they need to pull out that very aggressive trapping defense and get some turnovers and ball possessions.
The Cougars are in the bonus, and the Raiders are only 14 fouls right now.
In order to take advantage of that foul situation, Pierce is going to have to be very aggressive taking it to the basket.
Norris with a nice drive.
Isaac Norris.
As you predicted, Pierce is trying to put a lot of pressure on right now. And Clackamas is just happy to run down the clock. Except Lewis gets a three. Wow. Lewis gets a three, and
that's a tough situation.
Yeah, that's. And Lowe gets a three.
Those shots are so much easier when you can set up and take your time on those. A little bit of Pierce pressure that I expected, and evidently so did Clackamas because they're taking advantage of it. But there's your turnover that you wanted.
That's one. That is a turnover, and
Clackamas handles that pressure reasonably well, though.
Yeah. Down by 21, they're going to need a lot more turnovers with a couple ticks over 5 minutes left in the game.
They need to pass the ball down, get that ball down in a hurry.
And a nice defense by Clackamas. They get the trap and then step across. There's Ortel.
Honor Ortel.
He has 25 to lead all scorers. Now Clackamas up by 23. There's Ishe looking for the three. Can't get it to drop.
Just not dropping.
Just not dropping for him tonight. The ball stepped out of bounds. That's going to go to Pierce. And we're going to have a timeout. No, I guess not. So anyway, I'm Ken Whitco. We're here with the broadcast video production program at Bates Technical College, doing all the hard work of bringing you live sports from Pierce College in Pierce County, Washington, just in Lakewood near Fort Steilacoom State Park. And we have a full crew. Oh, there's Don and Ken. That was our 2 seconds of fame right there, Don. We don't get any more about that, but anyway. Exactly. So there's can't tell who that is on camera. That's camera 3 way down the way there. And I used to be able to move like that, Don, what that guy's doing, but then I got hurt myself.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I think what Clackamas is going to try to do is they recognize that Pierce is probably going to put that pressure on, and now they developed a plan to just basically calmly pass the ball out of that zone or out of that press situation.
Right, and so Clackamas, really all they need to do is just run the clock and avoid fouls, and they would have this one pretty much sewn up. 4:27 to go. The Cougars in command, 81-58 over the home court Raiders.
Again,
that's all right. There is no over and back.
People were panicking there, but
Lowe can't get the three.
And again, Pierce has to own their offensive boards.
And Lewis driving.
Sam Lewis.
Now Clackamas picking up a little higher than normal.
Well, I suppose you don't want him to just be able to drive and score and whatever, but Ishe a little out of control. Oh, and that was definitely a travel.
That was a step or two.
Yeah, that was an NBA lay-in right there. And Anderson's got a grin on his face as he's, okay, I got caught.
He knows he got 10 yards on that carry.
Ishay's deep three off the rim. Fighting for it is Monde Level. You can't give it up, but
you have to feel bad for Ishay because, I mean, it was a wide open look. It was a good shot. It was not rushed, and it just would not go down for him today. Again, Anderson's high on the key, setting screens. Now should roll down underneath and score.
What a nice pivot move by. Good call there, Coach Don. And Cougars in serious command with 3:10 to go. I think this is going to go in the win column for Clackamas, the visitors from Clackamas, and somewhere in Oregon, isn't it?
It is. I think it's reasonably close to Portland, but don't quote me.
Okay, there's McClendon, can't quite get the three.
And again, Clackamas, there's a nice steal. And now again, rushed the shot a little bit and won't go down. Clackamas very aggressive on the offense.
Oh, we got a tech. There's going to be a technical here.
Not sure what we had there.
Yeah, I kind of missed that. I'm not sure what. And why is there the official technical foul on Anderson? Anderson maybe. I can't think of the word, Don. I want to say mocking, but it isn't mocking. It's
taunting.
Taunting.
That's
Thank you.
the word we want.
Oh my goodness, you cannot taunt, and that's what he did.
You know, quite candidly, the difference is with a 20-point lead, you can taunt a little more than
you do
when you're behind.
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of earned the right to do taunting. I hate it. I absolutely hate taunting because it's just so disrespectful. And you got somebody down, you score on them, you do all the good things, and then you've got to just be a child and taunt. That's just.
Well, you know, I think all my colleagues would admit, as would my family, I'm not a good loser. But in the end, it really is a game. You shake hands, you go home, you try to get better at this, and you come back and play somebody else.
Right.
So the animosity is just not.
It's not necessary. Yep. And you've got two competitive teams, regardless of the score. There's Ishay. Boy, Ishay's had a tough night. Low with the rebound and the cleanup.
He's looking at the coach now. Coach is going to kind of have to put him back together after this game. You have games like this and nights like this, and you grow on to be a great player.
Again, we're talking about he scored 19 points. So which is still good, but I'd like to know what his shooting percentage is.
Yeah, I was just reading his face between he and the coach.
McClendon's three is short, and Ishay will knock it out of bounds. He looks rather defeated.
Right,
he's tired.
He might need a little rest, and again, pep talk guy the coach and let somebody get some minutes in here.
Get some garbage time. 62-89 with under 2 minutes to go.
Well, Cam, we used to have what was called the 20-2 team. If we were up by 20 with 2 minutes, you were going in.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get any of your stars hurt when they're up by 30. Up by 30. Ishay takes a step back and still can't hit anything.
And Clackamas is owning the boards again. Anderson's in there, or he's not in there, and they're still really controlling their own boards.
This is definitely garbage time right now with a minute to go. Clackamas is going to get this one. It's low, hits a rainbow. Doesn't hit it, but shoots a rainbow shot. That one came down with snow snickles on it. And that's not what you want. You don't want to foul, right?
No.
Clackamas.
You want to play to the end, but you still need to play responsibly and play your best.
So as it turned out, what a clean game it really was. 4 fouls, 14 fouls on the Raiders, 9 now on Clackamas. Neither team in the double bonus as Ortel will come out with a high score, 25 points. And Lewis off the bench scored 24 points for Clackamas. Second one up and in for Norris.
Norris makes 1 of 2.
And I think Clackamas has got a lot of players in now getting experience.
Yeah, and that's good to get some people off the bench. And Laneville will get the rebound. 23 to go. McClendon's 3 is in.
Lucas McClendon for 3.
That pretty much should do it. Shot clock is off, Don, and it was an entertaining first half up until about the last 2 minutes of the half when Clackamas just blew it away.
Yeah.
And they poured it on in the second half and wins this one 92-66, going away, as they say. And they will end up 2-1 for this little short tournament during the weekend. The Raiders will be 1-2 after winning a good game, close game last night. And it's been a pleasure watching all of these. So any parting thoughts, Don?
Well, again, I think Pierce played a good game. They did not go deep in their bench, and I think that showed up on their legs. And I know that in talking to their coach, they have a number of injuries, but it just took its toll toward the last 10 minutes of the second half.
Indeed. So for Don Green, I'm Ken Whitko for the Broadcast Video Production Program at Bates Technical College. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time here on our broadcast. Have a good night.